Eskom is eating from your plate. 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 You won't see any of these, even your nyama won't be in your plate.
What?
Don't worry. Thank you, Honorable Chair and honorable members in this House. Thank you for this opportunity to speak in this House. This is the upper house of Parliament, which is an important house because you represent the people of your various provinces. Thank you for the Democratic Alliance for sponsoring this debate. It is not only an important debate, it is a debate of national importance. Members of this House have two distinct responsibilities. Firstly, to support or amend legislation, and secondly, to protect the citizens of your respective provinces. People of your province want to hear where you stand in this debate. All of us were involved in the election 6 months ago on the 29th of May, and we have all witnessed in this House the suffering of people across South Africa. People are genuinely suffering, as pointed out during this debate. The price of food is rising, and now we are confronted with a 40% electricity tariff increase. This increase is unaffordable and it's killing our economy. Since 1994, electricity has increased by 1,700%. Skande. For the last 30 years, Eskom has punished the citizens of South Africa. We all know what happened at Eskom. In short, it was fraud, corruption, and maladministration. People are experiencing extreme poverty. The vulnerable, the working class, and the middle class are suffering. People need help because they cannot afford it. Businesses need help because they cannot afford it. The working class need help because they cannot afford it. The middle class need help because they cannot afford it anymore. It is now a daily struggle in South Africa. I met a businesswoman in Drakensberg and she said to me, Minister, Eskom is killing my business. The hairdressers cannot afford a 40% tariff increase. The pie shop, the bakery, the mechanic, the dressmaker, the hairdressers, the butchers, the abattoir, the coffee shop, nobody can afford this 40% tariff increase. The guy selling fish, fresh fish, needs help because he cannot afford this 40% tariff increase. The people that suffers the most are in the townships. The time to act is now. We must stop this increase now. NERSA is holding public hearings as we speak, as we debate today. Chair, and this debate taking place now in this House is providing both the context and the content for the public hearings. The context is the following: slow economic growth, high levels of unemployment, high input costs like electricity. Businesses are suffering while inflation is 4%. Eskom's tariff increase is 40%, 10 times the size of the current inflation rate. Shame on Eskom. This House must be united in our opposition to this tariff increase. We stand together in this crucial matter. I listened to earlier debate in this House. People have spoken against this tariff increase. We are now united because the government of national unity, Honorable Chair, has 3 priorities. Number 1, inclusive economic growth. This tariff increase will kill inclusive economic growth. The second priority of the GNU is to reduce poverty. Eskom's tariff increase will increase poverty. And the third priority of the government of national unity is to build a capable state. If you increase electricity 1,722%. You are not a capable state. We are now in this trouble because Eskom is not a capable state. In short, honorable members, Eskom is violating the 3 priorities of the government of national unity. And I now call on the government of national unity to take extra steps against Eskom. Eskom's proposal is working against all the principles of the GNU. Honorable members, we must protect the vulnerable and the cost of living. In the Democratic Alliance, under the DA, in the Western Cape, we put 7.1 billion rand aside to protect the citizens. We have also made provision for generators for every single municipality so that sewers don't run in water. We are currently using 4,000 megawatt from Eskom. We have a plan to generate 7,500 megawatt. In other words, more than what we are currently using from Eskom. And so, honorable members, we have already put 2,000 megawatt in the procurement. We have already secured 743 megawatt. Things are working. Every single municipality in the Western Cape are working. Midvaal in Gauteng is formally proceeding with plans to procure independent power producers and get rid of Eskom. A council resolution is already on the table. And so, honorable members, I see that none of you, I see all of you were born after 1994, before 1994. Honorable members, this was your food in 1994. Honorable Chair, this was the food in 1994. And today, it is a shame because this is no longer the food of 1994, and Eskom is the reason why this is now happening. And this increase is now taking away. Your potato will no longer be in your plate because of this increase. Your tomato will no longer be in your plate because of Eskom. Eskom is eating from your plate. 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 You won't see any of these, even your nyama won't be in your plate. What? Don't worry, your food. And so,
Point of order, Chair.
I'm telling you,
Honorable Chairperson.
I am now telling you,
Sorry, there's a point of order. Can you resume your seat? Over to you.
Honorable Chair, arise.
There's a point of order here.
Arise in terms of Rule 69.
Yes.
Is it parliamentary to bring food in the house?
All right. No. Honorable Chief Whip. Honorable Chief Whip, your point of order is sustained. You cannot bring food in the house and eat it. So, you cannot bring food in the house, please.
I'm not eating. It's a demonstration.
Actually, you must get permission to demonstrate.
Which rule? I know the rules. Which rule?
No, I'm telling you.
Demonstration. Thank you, Honorable Chair. This is simply a demonstration. I thought the intellect in this House will allow me to proceed. So this is no more in your plate. Honorable Chair, this is no more in your plate because Eskom is now taking food from your table. Honorable members, there will be no more left. After this 40% increase, this is what you're going to eat. Eskom is taking food from your table. This is the sad reality. Honorable Chairperson, this 40% increase will lead to starvation, hunger, and poverty. I cannot imagine the depth of people's problems coming when this happens. This House has now a moral responsibility. You represent citizens in your province. You have a moral duty, a moral responsibility to stand up and say no more suffering for the people of my province in the Eastern Cape, in Mpumalanga, in KwaZulu-Natal, in the Free State, in the Western Cape, in the Eastern Cape, as well as Limpopo, and where else? And the Northern Cape. We want no more poverty. 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 No more
What actually
poverty.
is going on
No
in the
more
House?
poverty. And so, Honorable Chair, we are members of this House. We have a constitutional responsibility. We are adults. People are suffering. Let us take our responsibility serious. And so stop Eskom. If you stop Eskom, Honorable Chair, you can put food at least back on the... If we stop Eskom, you can put Zonke back in the plate. At least you can have a potato back on your plate. If we stop Eskom, we can have a tomato on your plate. If we stop Eskom, we have some lekker goeders. Let us get Eskom. If you stop Eskom, people will be able to eat. Let us put food on your table. Let us create jobs. And say to Eskom, I now formally propose that this House adopt a resolution to reject Eskom's tariff increase. I thank you.
All right.